Welcome back to the basement dwellers. Welcome back to what we do in the basement, and welcome back to Villainous. I am your host and dungeon master, Kevin Rambran, here as always with Thomas Tolles.
Hello, I am recording in jolly old Scotland then. Let's go, ye are there, buddy. And I will be playing Anus Dweezil in my continuing trip around the world.
I'm here with Luke Cessalon.
Hi, my name is Luke. I'm playing Frank the Bloodpath Abomination. A small town spice vendor just looking for a little life.
I'm here with Jesse Birkin.
Life is the life of spice.
I'm here with Jesse Birkin.
Hi, I play Old McGinty, a small business owner who wishes that he didn't have to apply for funding from the same pool as all the other small business owners because there's really not enough to go around.
And I'm here with Natasha Durand.
Rael Nilo, underling who wants to be part of your world.
Oh, here we go. I guess we can just dive right in to a recap from last session. Last session, we had our adventurers wrap up a very close battle with Tordo and the Knoll Bros. After the team bested Hangor, a Knoll named Chili Bazooka Joe Cool, something like that, tried to leave peacefully. He looked at the corpse of Hangor, which was now looking really disgusting after McGinty used an arrow dipped in pea water to kill him. And this caused Joe to puke into the stream of water, which allowed the spiteful Rael an opportunity to get behind him and stab him in the side and stab him in the throat and stick his face in the pukey piss water as he died. So,
best way to go.
And then you moved into the main hall, and old McGinty tried to use his stealth skills to remove Alador Castros's lost locket from Tordo's sleeping body. McGinty was a little rusty and roused the Knoll leader awake, and in a tense battle, Tordo dealt some serious psychic damage to old McGinty and Anus, causing some harsh flashbacks, while Frank covered the floor in grease and Rael lobbed arrows at Tordo. Frank eventually retrieved the necklace with some creative use of Chill Touch, and you guys were all about to run away when Tordo downed Anus and threatened to kill him unless you returned the locket. Moving forward to negotiate, Frank cast Sleep on Tordo, and old McGinty ensured there were no loose ends by ending the Knoll's life. You also procure the Chain of Regain, which allows you guys to get some healing surges in while you go about your business. After stopping at McGinty's shop for a good berry tart to rouse Anus, you returned to the hideout just before daybreak to get Alador his locket back. You discovered that Alador and his bandits had taken over the hideout and were celebrating, as Lorenzo Pyre had just sent a message that he was alive and was planning to return. Alador demanded that you party with him. Old McGinty gained his favor by presenting the locket, but the rest of you were asked to prove yourselves. Anus entered the fighting pit, where he made quick work of two opponents before being handedly dispatched by an ogre named Capo. Frank tried to lead some drinking songs, but couldn't quite wrestle control away from Sputton, while Rael proved her archery skills by shooting bottles off of the bar top against another bandit, with McGinty giving her some great tips. And you guys all partied the night away. Throughout the evening, Alador kept insisting that the next day you were all going to get butter tarts together at McGinty's shop, the Saucy Tart. The party had started at daybreak, so you all rest up a little. It's now late afternoon. You've got some sun kind of just starting to peek in the sky, and everyone is passed out. Those of you who failed at the games from last night are going to start your day with a level of exhaustion, which means you're going to get disadvantage on your ability checks until you take another long rest, or since this is a hangover, until I kind of like decide / eat something / you do something that earns your hangover cure. And I believe who failed at theirs? That was...
Frank failed many times.
Anus was punched out easily by the third man.
So you two, and then McGinty, you were fine, and Rael, you were fine, right? You guys both got out of that scot-free. So Frank and Anus, you have a bit of a hangover. And we have
I want to clarify that Anus did not drink alcohol. He has a hangover because he was punched in the head so hard that he passed out for 18 hours.
A noose has a concussion.
Yeah.
Sure.
but for our purposes, we treat it like a hangover. And that's
Don't let him fall asleep.
and that's where we are now. So you guys are waking up. You're in the hideout. Everybody's passed out. Alador's passed out in his throne in the center of the room. Frank, as you're kind of waking up and your head is hurting, you remember that during the evening of destruction and chaos at the bell tower, there was a few things that you guys maybe had forgotten that had happened. At one point, you saved a boy who from like getting crushed by some bones in a museum, and he told you that he worked in the packing district at the old factory shop.
The factory shop.
Right. And that he told you he would give you something, so that's something that you could go down and investigate. But as you guys are waking up, kind of what happens?
Frank is obviously still like asleep or unconscious through the drinking, but through muscle memory, his arms just pull out some smelling spices and bring it up to his nose, and that wakes him right up, and he kind of bolts up, standing.
He does the cinnamon challenge first thing in the morning every day.
I've been sitting awake for an extra 4 hours watching all of these other three sleep, and I've taken a shiny aluminum wrapper from a piece of gum from Frank, and I have molded it into like a tiny little airplane and keep repeatedly throwing it at a noose.
A noose is on a pile of rubble. There is a hole in the wall that's shaped like the outline of his body, where he was punched through easily. But he starts to feel the tickle on his leg of the gold airplane, and he starts to rouse.
Sure.
McGinty's already up. He's making frittatas for everybody, and he feels very guilty that he didn't go home to his wife last night.
Of course. Just so that the audience knows, everybody in our little party here leveled up, so they're all level. They're third level now.
I am more powerful and certain in my quest.
McGinty's making frittatas. The smell kind of rouses some of you guys awake. Everyone else is still passed out. The rest of those bandits, they partied way too hard.
Get up, wake up. You guys really slept in.
Oh,
yes.
What?
Smells
What
like
is that awful smell? Ugh.
It's a frittata. I happen to think it smells pretty good myself. It's like a crustless quiche.
Quiche? Oh, you.
It's like a fancy omelet.
Omelet?
Like a fancy omelet.
I am incredibly hungry, and I would love your egg dish.
It's like an egg pancake. I don't know how else to explain it.
Isn't an egg pancake more like an omelet?
Look, just eat the damn frittatas.
I have to say, I'm not normally out past curfew. Mother will be furious with me, but I'll stay with the frittata, and hopefully she'll forgive.
Your mother, she's pretty demanding?
Yes, well, not quite my mother. Mother, she watches over all of us and helps to guide us into the righteous path.
Oh, I'm a little intrigued. Tell me more about this mother figure.
Well, it seems like we might have a fresh convert on our hands. What can I start with? You see, Mother is wise and all-knowing. She tells us the ways that we might learn to be better, and she also punishes us viciously if we make even a small error at any time, no matter how justified or how young we are, or how few pieces of blocks were left under the couch. It doesn't matter, Mother. You don't have to hit me so many times, Mother.
His nose is bleeding.
Anusa, I gotta say, that's a really specific story, which I assume is a general tale for all to hear.
Yes, it's more of a parable, really, than a story.
I may just be a small town farmer, but what's the difference between a parable and a story?
A parable is an allegorical tale that has a moral at the end. In this case, never make a mistake or you will be beaten viciously.
I got more questions, but I think I'll save those for later.
Well, we're getting to know each other. Frank, what do you do? You said you're a farmer?
Oh, well,
That doesn't seem to track with anything else.
well, I'm glad you observed that. Now, I used to be a farmer. I lived a nice, ripe old life on the field, tending to my wheat and my grain. Had a family. They moved on, and I retired, and was just looking for some new education to fill in my life. It's never too late to go back to school.
You say that you were ripe and idle. It sounds like you were one of the vegetables being harvested.
Well, that was a past life. I like to take those experiences and bring them to the people. But, I've really come to be rather fond of all this life and death kind of stuff. It's more charming than it sounds.
Well, family's really all we got in this world, so I'm sorry something happened to yours, Frank.
Happens to the best of us.
Slow tear falls down Rael's cheek.
We all eat our frittatas in silence for a while.
Okay. You guys kind of eat your frittatas. Nobody seems to be moving. None of these bandits seem to be rousing. Today's the day where in the town, once a week, they're expected to send off their shipment to the main capital. And the packing district, where they would put all that stuff together to send off, essentially what is like the community's taxes, would be sent off towards the capital. That'd be happening today, and it happens in the same district as the old factory shopping district. So yeah.
So just to be clear, world building talk. The factory shop is a place where you buy machinery for factories?
Has
Or
nothing
did we
to
say
do
that it
with
was a
factories.
factory that
It used to-
produced
so
elements of a shop?
No, it used to none of those things. It used to be
Okay,
it used to be a factory, and then it was shut down.
Is it? Sorry, I have a question too. Is it a factory, but on the conveyor belt are small kiosks, and they
no,
sort of get
no.
Okay.
No, it's not like that. No, it is just there. It used to be a factory, and then it was shut down and sort of like became destitute, and it was then sort of turned into a shopping district. So there are multiple shops. I was really not
It's like
expecting.
a pop-up.
What did it used to make before it was shut down? Maybe we'll find that
Nobody
out.
knows. Yeah.
Nobody.
Ooh, now I'm interested.
Yeah.
Oh, the mystery of the old factory shop. Let me tell you guys about it. Legend has it, it's a large building on the edge of town, broken windows and glass. Before it became a mall, it used to produce a mysterious item that has been lost to time. They say whoever can figure out what it produced will become the richest person in all of Valonis.
Well, you're
But I'm just a crazy old man.
you're the richest person I've ever met, I think.
Ugh. I used to, before the plague.
Because the plague, wiped out your business, or just killed all the people that bought your food?
Well, no, they made us shut down for a while without proper supports, and I ended up losing a lot of revenue.
That sounds pretty awful.
Wow. Sounds like you had it harder than regular people, even.
Yeah, I would say that. Because I knew what I was missing. I was successful.
Surely the town was at least consistent with the way it would set rules.
Contrary to your values, maybe, I meant rich because you have a loving wife and you've pursued your dream career, not financial, material items. Those have little value.
You are correct. You are correct. I'm very happy. I have a beautiful wife. And my life, honestly, is pretty good. But, you gotta treasure that, because you never know when it could be taken away. Isn't that right, Frank?
Oh, I just shared that.
Sorry, I was trying to bond with you, but clearly it's a fresh wound.
Don't worry, Frank.
yeah.
Sometimes having a family is not all it's cracked up to be. Of course, I love my mother, but I'm speaking from stories I've heard about others.
Is that another, what'd you call it? Allegory?
Yeah, Frank, why not?
Rael, I'm guessing, just judging by your whole demeanor, are you an only child?
Yes.
I feel like maybe I'm misremembering. I thought we had a moment sharing dreams about terrifying mother spiders. Wasn't that a thing that we talked about?
Yeah, when we were trying to defeat that pink gem?
Yes,
In that
our
basement?
greatest nemesis.
Well, this has been fun, but I need to go shopping. I need to buy a gift for Harriet because she's going to be ticked off that I didn't tell her where I was all night.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were doing one of those group meals where we each take turns making a dish for everyone.
This is
A noose-
like a
a noose
progressive
is-
potluck?
a
What are you
noose is like
talking
trying
about?
to prepare for.
Look, I don't have much experience leaving my house.
We have two very
I just
old
thought this
people.
was a progressive supper.
Yeah, we have two very old people and then two people who have experienced almost nothing. It's very strange.
I feel like a lot of pressure's being put on us to mentor.
Do you guys make your way down to the shopping district together then?
Yeah.
Yes, I have
Oh.
great interest in the shopping district.
All
And I
right.
got good news, Frank. There's a new spice vendor that just moved in.
Oh, I
God damn
am
it.
excited to have that conversation.
God damn
Yes.
it, no.
He works in a spice factory, but it's really more of a shop.
Don't let the
Well, it's called the Spice Factory.
don't let the name fool you.
God damn you. We move down towards the factory shop. It's a district in town, and it's filled with smoke from fires nearby. It's a foggy day in general. Sort of the dusk is starting to really kind of set the tone here. A blacksmith is pounding out metal nearby. You can see the outside of a leather worker, and next to that there's a Fletcher, which is like an archery store. And across the path from these three stops is one slightly larger general store, and they're all kind of built around this old factory that it was this huge structure that since has kind of like half fallen apart, and people have like made use of parts of the different building to kind of create their own storefronts. Yeah, this area is also where they ship goods to the capital, as I said earlier. So, you can see like hustle and bustle kind of going on around the kind of background of the shop area, where people are kind of packing things together to send off to the capital.
Frank kind of gives him some solid nods. Ooh. And talks about, I'm gonna go check out that metal boy out there. Which is the blacksmith, of course. Frank needs
That
to...
metal boy out
Yeah, no, the shop is called the Metal Boy.
Yeah, there's a
You're
small
not wrong.
metal statue outside the store that is a little metal boy, and it's called the Metal Boy
Yeah.
Blacksmith.
Legend says they dug that up behind the factory, and it might be related to what it used to make.
Ooh, wow.
This is my new quest that I'm interested in.
I would like to visit the general woman.
Is that the name of the general store? There's the Metal Boy, the General Woman.
You tell
They
me.
sell all sorts of stuff.
I thought it was a military rank at first, but no, she sells general goods, and I would like to go there.
The General Woman.
I want to go to Leather Daddy's.
I just wonder what we're gonna call the archery shop. Well, I guess we're not
Rael,
gonna
I think
find-
you see it over there.
Bow mommies? I'll
There
head
we
that
go.
way.
Bow Mommies. So, just to recap, our
Mama.
shopping district is now
Bow mama.
is the Metal Boy, the General Woman, Leather Daddies, which is oh my god, and then Bow Mama. You say
Yes, bow mama.
Bow Mama? Okay, Bow Mama. Oh. All right. Well, we will cut over to, I guess, the blacksmith, since we talked about that first. Are you guys going separately? You guys going together? What's the deal?
We'll go do our own shopping, I guess.
Sure,
Yes.
sure. So,
4-way split screen.
four-way split screen. Frank, you walk into the Metal Boy. There's this sort of half orc, this large cock. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Slip.
All right, I think that's the Metal Boy.
I think perhaps I will be going to the metal boy as well.
They should really call it Metal Man. That's incredible.
So I have notes here for my accent work, and it says Cockney accent, and I read there's
Specifically
a
a large Cockney accent.
there's a large cock
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh.
I wonder if I should
We
keep that
even
in.
gave you like 2 seconds to like self-correct.
I earned that. All right. Let me retake that because I don't think I want to leave. There's a large cock in the episode.
It wasn't
I
bad.
don't know. That was a top 5 riff, man. That was a top 5 riff.
Yeah.
We'll see. Frank, you walk into the metal boy, the blacksmith. There's a half orc there. She's banging away at a piece of metal. She looks up at you and goes, "What are you doing here?"
Why, hello there, lovely lady.
How you doing?
But, people don't ask me that often enough. I'm doing, okay. I'm not feeling great, but... You ever have a hangover?
I've ever had a hangover. Yeah, I have had a hangover before, but it's not a big deal for me. No. It's more of I like to drink, yeah, but, it gets in the way of me doing me work, and I like me work, so I'm not gonna...
What's the trick there? How do you make it go away magically?
How do you make it go away magically? I'm not sure.
Well, it doesn't have to be magic. It can be regular.
Rest up and I eat a good meal, right? I rest up and eat a good meal, and I have not much else beyond that, no. But anyway, you looking to buy something or what? What you here for?
Well, it just sounded like maybe you were asking me to dinner there for a moment, so... I just wanted to explore that. Is there a feeling there? Or?
I've got a husband. What are you talking about? Trying to ask me out to dinner? No.
My apologies. I did not know you had a husband.
Right. She points at the metal. She points at the metal boy outside the front door.
All right. Well, let's just go down to business then, shall we?
Right. Go on in then. What would you like to buy?
All right. We got a list here. So, are you ready for the list?
Yeah. Go on then. What do you like?
All right. First off, I need a sack of ball bearings. 1,000 in those.
A sack of ball bearings, right? All right.
Yeah. Big sack, small sack, doesn't matter. Whatever the metal boy can offer.
She's like, I'd remind you of the fact that I do have a husband, and he is there, and she points at the metal boy again.
Yep, I'm trying to give credit where it's due.
Right. Okay, so that's gonna be she's gonna want 2 gold pieces for that.
2? Is it because of the way I approached the conversation? Is that what happened?
That's the price of it, and if you don't want to pay it, you can get out as well.
All right. Well, that was part 1 of the list.
All right.
Let's get 10 feet of chain.
10 feet of chain. All right. Yeah. That'll be probably about 5 gold pieces. That.
Right. Okay. Well, how about let's get a lock. You know what? Make it 2 locks.
All right. So she sells you this stuff. Just is this all you're buying, Frank? Are you just buying random wares?
Let's also tack on 2 of those hunting traps. Just finish off the deal.
All right. So you're looking for 2 hunting traps, 2 locks, some ball bearings, and a bit of chain, right?
You read my mind.
All right. We'll square that away at 30 gold pieces for you. How's that?
Well, 30 gold pieces it is, and well, you know where to find me if you change your mind.
Right. She gives you the stuff, takes the gold pieces, and kind of just looks at you a little bit longer with a little bit more eye contact than you would maybe have expected, and then goes back to hammering away at the metal.
Give my regards to your metal boy.
I imagine the metal boy is her husband, a New York street performer. He's painted silver, and he's standing motionless to attract customers.
Yeah, Frank, when you leave the shop, the metal boy is in a different position than he was before. Sort of a more scolding position than he was when you walked in.
Frank's gonna try to drop a gold piece in a little bucket nearby.
Nothing happens. You do that, and nothing happens.
Frank is disappointed and picks the gold piece back up and walks away with it.
All right, so we're gonna move over to to Leather Daddy's. So we walk into Leather Daddy's. And you see a little gnome is actually like puttering around, running around, and just like working on different pieces here and there and here and there. Every now and then he like grabs you see he's got like a little kind of drawer that he opens every now and then, sticks his hand in, pulls out some chocolate, shoves in his mouth, and keeps running around. He's like, oh, hi, how you doing? Hello, I'm just here doing some work. If you want, just take a look around. Let me know if you need anything. Okay.
So McGinty wanted to go to Leather Daddy's. What he would probably know this gnome by name, being a fellow shop owner.
This guy's name is Polton.
Oh, hey there, Polton.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, McGinty.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm looking for been in a few scrapes lately, and I'm kind of looking for studded leather.
Oh, you're looking to get some studded leather kind of armor kind of thing for you?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, just give me a few seconds here. Let me see what I got in the back. He like zips off to the back. You hear some like crashing and banging.
How about Elderock, eh? They're still not paying us back from the plague.
I'll say. Tell me about it.
Yeah, they promised us 10,000 gold each.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then all of a sudden, when it came time to give it out, where did it go? Nowhere. Nobody got it. Oh well.
Well, I mean, they say it went nowhere, but if you ask me, it went right back into those nobles' pockets.
Oh, you're probably right. Hate them all. All those
Yeah.
big guys. I hate the giants. He points to like a sign on the side that says like you cannot enter if you're over this height, and it's like just above McGinty's height. Like,
You know, all of these, we got to stick together, us small shop owners. You know, we got to fight against the big conglomerates like that all-female warrior tribe of merchants, the Amazons. They're taking over everything.
I just like to think I'm very big on small business. Small business is really important to me.
Well, I see what you're saying.
He hands him a card that's like for like the small business union, but it's like literally for businesses that are owned by people who are under the height of 4 feet. So
I can't read this. What is this, 4-point font? I'm an old
Yes,
man.
It's very small. Sorry, it's for small business owners. It's okay.
That's all right. No, I get it.
You're looking for some studded leather armor? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, I got something here that might fit you. And he kind of like drags something out, and he's like, I could probably part with this for like, I don't know, maybe like 50 gold pieces.
50 gold. Come on, you know me.
Jeez, you know how tough times are, but I guess you're a business owner too.
Hey, remember when I gave your husband that blueberry tart?
How can I forget? He loved it.
Yeah, it was the size of a full pie for you guys.
Well, you're right about that, but you know, I'm almost more partial to chocolate. Sticks his hand in his drawer,
well.
stuffs more chocolate in his mouth.
Tell you what, you like chocolate, I can whip up a chocolate croissant.
Oh. Okay.
Let's say we knock this bad boy down to 35 gold pieces. I'll make you a chocolate croissant.
2 chocolate croissants, and we'll say 37.
You got yourself a deal, Poultice.
Not my name, but all right.
I couldn't remember it and I took a shot.
It's Polton.
Sorry, I was pretty close.
He's slightly
Sorry,
offended.
Poultice is the name of the pharmacist. I forgot.
That is the closest I think any one of us has gotten to remembering a name, honestly.
Yeah.
Point that out.
He's a little offended. He's like,
I'm sorry. It's the dementia. You know how it is when you get to our age.
he was about to upcharge you, but then you blamed it on your age. So he's like, all right.
I'll give you a 3rd croissant. My bad, Polton.
Thank you very much. And he gives you the leather armor. You give him that. I'll come pick up the croissants tonight, okay?
Yeah, sounds good. See you then.
All right. And he kind of like goes away into the back.
And as McGinty leaves, you hear him muttering under his breath, like, Polton? It's Polton? His name is Polton. Try to remember that, McGinty.
Yeah, and Rael kicks the door in and walks in carrying a pink parasol to shade herself from the bright lights and sun from the second sun outside. And she walks up to the small little gnome.
Hello.
Like, hi, I need an eye patch.
He's like looking at you, and he's looking at the height sign, and he's looking at McGinty, and he's looking at you, and he's looking at the height sign, and he's looking at McGinty. He's like, I don't know if you can be, yeah, okay, Hey, McGinty.
I can vouch for you. You gotta crouch. Rael, you gotta crouch. Makes it more comfortable.
Fine. Okay. All right. Look here. Look at me. I'm your customer now. I need an eye patch, please.
Oh, sure.
Preferably of black, softest leather that you have.
Sure. He just starts running around the shop. He climbs up your back and is taking measurements on your head and stuff like that, and he runs into the back. You hear more crashing and banging. He runs back out, looks at you, takes a deep breath, grabs a mouthful of chocolate, runs back to the back, goes back around, comes back out with an eye patch for you. Here you go. This would probably be maybe 2 gold pieces.
Cool. Also, I want some studded leather armor if possible, and if I combine the two, can I get a little bit of a discount? Tough times and all.
He knows that he just negotiated with McGinty for a specific price for the studded leather armor, and he's just yeah, that'll be
As he's humming and hawing, I kind of just, stretch and let show the 2 short swords that I have in my hilt. And being
Oh, God. I hate big people. Yeah, okay. You can have it for for 40 gold pieces. You can have them both.
Perfect. And even 40? Done deal.
Yeah.
You gotta forgive Polton. He's got a fear of heights.
He shoves the armor across the desk for you, with the eye patch. Grabs the gold pieces as soon as you put them down, and it's I gotta work on fixing the door now. Can you guys leave, please? He scurries around.
Thank you. I grab the leather accoutrement and slam down 40 gold pieces and storm out of the building. And I kick the door the other way, completely unhinging it.
God damn it!
Sorry.
Just walks away. All right, Rael, you're walking over to the Fletchers now?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna follow you and walk over to the Fletcher here. And as you enter the Fletcher, again you see different kind of bows and things like that hanging about. You see a very old kobold sitting behind a desk. He's actually curled up on the floor. He's not sitting. He's curled up on the floor in a beam of sunlight that's come through the window, and he's just he's resting. He's this little lizard man, and he rouses as you open the door, and he's hello, hello there.
I reply in Draconic, being hello, brother.
He's taken aback a little to see someone speaking in Draconic. He's also not really seen someone who looks like you in a long time. I haven't heard the mother tongue in quite some time. How can I help you?
Not too much today, but I am curious at what kind of bows you may be carrying. Or not bows, pardon me. Arrows you may be carrying.
Looking for a certain type of arrow, are you? All right. Well, we carry crossbow bolts and your standard arrows right here. You look, and he kind of pushes his little cane towards a stack of arrows that are just sort of your standard kind of arrows, as well as some crossbow bolts that are in another stack right beside them. And he's I'm not really one for super refined materials. I'm afraid I don't have any kind of fancy bows. Just your simple sort of weaponry. Here, outfitting an army is not something that comes easily to me.
Any special tipped arrows by chance? Anything that could potentially have the potency of, say, piss-tipped arrows.
He self-consciously, because he is old, looks at his shoes and crotch area to see if he's accidentally peed, and if the implication is that he's peed on the arrows, and he's I think you're looking for some sort of poison dart of type of arrow or something of that effect.
Yes, indeed.
I understand. I'm not quite the man to talk to about potions and things of that nature. I'm more so just here to make the arrows. If you want to dip them in, some sort of poison or urine, as you may wish, you're welcome to do that. I'd rather not be around, frankly.
Right. Fine. Okay. Then I'll just take your standard 20 arrows then, please.
20 arrows, there you are. All right, that'll be just a gold piece for a
right,
lovely draconic speaker as yourself.
Flip him a gold piece and do a little head nod and then leave the store. Graciously. No kicking of doors.
He curls back up on the floor in his sunbeam. Okay. And now we cut over to the General Woman, the general store that is operated by a somewhat familiar face. As you walk in, Anus, you see there's a young halfling boy kind of puttering around, and in the back you can sort of make out like an older figure. You can't really see, sort of rocking in a chair in the back. And the guy says, "Oh, I'll be with you in a second." And he's just kind of like running around, packing things up. Do any of the rest of you go into the general store, or is it just Anus?
I would like to as well.
Yeah, I will.
Frank is searching for this promised spice vendor that's somewhere in this marketplace.
Does a noose recognize the boy?
Well, the person that fucking saved him isn't there, so no, I don't think.
Couldn't
I don't
make
think
it. Had to do an errand.
The boy comes to the counter and he's like, "Okay, hey, oh, McGinty, I recognize you from the shop. Aren't you the guys who were at the bell tower the other night?"
Yes, that's us.
Huh. I felt like there was 4 of you. What happened to the other guy, the guy who saved my life?
Probably getting spice.
Yes, he's got a sort of dependence on the stuff for flavor and other uses.
Okay. Well, you think he would have came here? I mean, we sell the closest thing you're going to get to spices in the area,
Yes.
as far as I know.
Well, he
he's got a
wanted...
particular spice vendor that he likes to talk to.
What's actually happened is outside the window you guys can see the spice vendor from Frank's previous life has happened to come to the store area that day. He's not there to sell. He's like there on a personal errand, and like Frank is talking his ear off outside, and he's like, "I don't have any spices. I am closed today. I am closed for the day, so you have to leave me alone."
But when you think about it, could you ever close down spice to your life?
Probably not. I need to go. I have a family, and they are waiting for me. So if you don't mind, and he like
Before you go, could you at the very least, tell me about one of the legendary spices I've heard is hidden around here? As a spice vendor, I know that you know, which means there's gotta be some clue.
he like takes a deep breath, looks to his left, looks to his right, leans in and says, "Fuck off," and walks away. He's not interested in talking to you. But as he walks away, a piece of paper drops out of his back pocket, and he keeps on walking.
Excuse me, I think you dropped a piece of paper down there.
He stops, turns around, runs over to you, snatches it out of your hand before you can read it, I guess, and leaves.
Oh,
Not
dang.
before you catch a glimpse of a mysterious tattoo on his wrist.
Yeah, you do. You do. You know what you do. And the tattoo, it looks like a grain of rice, but that there's like sort of like these what you know how like cartoons have like scent lines? It's like that, but sort of like they kind of are more like tribal tattoo styles in a circle around it. And you see that on his wrist as he's running away.
You've done me a great kindness. Oh, you're running away now. You've done me a great kindness.
I hate you, he says as he runs away.
See you tomorrow.
We cut back to the inside of the general store, and this gentleman looks at a noose. Turdon looks at him and goes, "Hey, well, is there anything I can get for you? I mean, since your friend's not here."
Yes, well, I feel in a way, as we are his group members, we all helped to save your life. I'm wondering if there's anything you might have for us.
Well, I guess. I mean, I'm not really the kind of guy to like hand out stuff to different people just arbitrarily based on the fact that they know someone, though. You know what I mean? Just
Ask
kinda
me
weird.
something only Frank would know.
I don't really know him that well. He talked a lot about simple machines and
Yes.
and like how heat makes bones break easier. He was trying to like teach me stuff. He was kind of annoying. I just feel like I owe it to him. And then from like the back, you just hear like a loud cough, and he's like, I mean, he's a nice guy. I should probably listen. I wanted to give him a gift because he did save my life, and if you guys are gonna see him, I guess it's no different than me giving it away to him. And he like kind of goes under the counter and pulls out this like sack, and he like lays it on the table, and he's like, it might look kind of normal, but here's the thing. And he like takes like a loaf of bread that's beside him, and he shoves it in there, and the sack doesn't change shape at all. It's like exactly the same size.
My, so this sack has an appetite for bread.
Well, no, not exactly. You see, and he like grabs like other like things in the store. Some are like just like random objects and things, and shoves them in. And everything is like it never gets bigger. He's like, I think we call this a bag of holding here. And he like opens it up, flips it up, and dumps everything out. Yeah, I was wondering if you guys maybe had better use for this here. We got more than enough storage space here at the factory shop. So
that is so kind of you. Thank you. My mother used to call me a bag of holding because I would eat and never get any bigger. It's a metabolism thing, I guess.
Cool, man, cool. So yeah, if you guys want this bag of holding, you can have it.
Yes, absolutely. And there are a few other things I would like as well, but I have money to pay.
Oh, great. Yeah, what can I get for you?
Well, I was hoping I could get a blanket and a bar of soap. And Anus leans in really close and he's like, and some common clothes.
He's like, sure, man. And he like just he goes around the store kind of grabbing everything. He grabs the blanket, he grabs this common clothes bundle of common clothes, and he's putting everything together for you. He's like, do you want the common clothes separately, or I don't?
Yeah, I just need the pants and the undergarments.
All right, man. And he just hands you everything.
Look, I can't talk much now because they're nearby, but my group seems to think it's really embarrassing if anyone gets urine on them, and
okay.
It hasn't happened in a while, but I know we're going to be sleeping a lot on our adventure, and if it does happen, I need to have. You understand?
Yeah, you don't have to explain anymore. That's fine. If you want, you can have all this stuff for like 5 gold pieces, as long as you stop talking to me about pee, man.
I didn't say pee.
You said urine. There are synonyms.
I said it hasn't happened in a while.
I don't
but
care.
For me,
you're still talking about pee.
It's number 2.
Jesus Christ. 6 gold pieces now.
Okay, here you are. And thank you for the soap and the blanket. Normal things to buy.
It's not that strange to buy clothes. He takes the 6 gold pieces. Do any of you other ones? Do you guys want to buy anything from this guy?
Yeah. Hey kiddo. I'd like to get myself 100 feet of silken rope, ink pen, and a journal, please.
Sure thing. And he runs around, grabs you those things. Here you go.
And McGinty leans in to whisper, some uncommon clothes.
He looks around. He's like, all I have are these. And he holds up more common clothes.
No. Look, it's a gift for my wife. I screwed up. I need some uncommon clothes, if you know what I mean.
He runs into the back, comes back, and gives you everything else he's given out and stuff like that is very the aesthetic of it all has been kind of a very medieval style old shop that looks very kind of things are kind of a little dusty and things like that.
There's a big painting, a big portrait of a stern looking female military.
Yes, yeah, the general woman. Yeah. And he comes out. But the thing he hands you is a black box that has a deep purple ribbon on the top. Yes. And he's like, I think I have just the thing for you. But
this will be great.
So all this together is probably gonna be about 10 gold pieces.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a steal. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Harriet's gonna love this. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. And he like retreats back to the back. So you guys are done your shopping for the day. You guys remember that you did make a commitment to hanging out with Alador at McGinty's shop at sundown. You don't have to honor it, but what do you guys do?
I feel that he was a good friend to us, and we should honor our commitment.
Well, I have to get back there anyways, so it's gonna be hard for me to avoid him. So.
And I'm pretty sure that Spice Vendor lives real close to the bakery, so I'm in favor of that direction.
Yeah, he's actually 2 doors down.
Wonderful.
He's got a huge discount.
If everybody else is going, fine.
So, as night descends upon the town, you gather at Old McGinty's for some butter tarts. The night air is brisk, and the town seems to be settling back into some semblance of normalcy after all the chaos from earlier in the week. As you guys are walking up, you can see that, like, there's a raven perched on a nearby branch, and it squawks as the 2 moons are just beginning to creep up over the horizon. Things feel calm. You guys get into the shop, and a customer actually comes in right before closing, as Harriet's about to flip over that sign. That you guys have
I
on
hate
the
it when
door.
they come in right before close.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry to barge in here. I just, oh my God!" And you guys recognize him as the wizard whose daughter that you saved during the chaos and destruction that you brought home to him. And he's like, I actually was just looking for you, my friend. And he like looks at McGinty. So I thought I'd find you here. I didn't realize you'd all be here. I just wanted to give you this.
I just want to say we've received a pretty good gift already today, so if we're not as impressed with your gift, you'll understand.
He's like, looks at Anus for like a long while as he like puts his hand down on the counter with the thing he was going to put there and like slides it over to you, McGinty. He's like, well, it's not much. I'm sorry in advance, but it's just been passed down. This is my family's lucky coin, and I was hoping you would have it. And he slides it over to you, and you can see emblazoned on it there's a triangle sort of shape with the lines bending inwards. It's just his lucky coin.
Yoink. Rael takes it.
Okay,
So
hold
fast.
on.
Hold on, wait.
When there's money exchanged in my shop, it goes right in the cash register. and we put it in the lockbox at the end of the day.
Can we do like a sleight of hand check versus maybe your perception, McGinty?
Okay, yeah, like I try to switch it with just a regular gold piece.
Okay, sure.
Last episode, I'm pretty sure we had one of these too.
I'm going to argue that McGinty has advantage since this is a literal monetary transaction happening in his store.
Yeah, that's
This
fine.
is literally what he's aware of the most.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
12.
Okay, I got a
Very
7.
good.
I got a 17.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
shoot. It's shiny. Let me have it, please.
So now, Missy, I'm going to let that one go because it looks like a pretty nice coin, but try not to pull anything like that again, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. Sure. Yep.
Oh, the guy, like, he's watching you guys argue over it. He's heard Anus say that weird thing about gifts. He just looks at Frank. He's like, take it easy. And he, like, walks out and leaves.
The greatest gift of all.
Who's holding the coin?
I
I
think
am.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. What? Oh, yeah. No.
How
no,
did you
okay.
wait? Hold on. How did you do that? That's wild.
Yeah, you're right. You caught it before I could get it.
McGinty will kind of hold it up to the light and he'll bite it.
Oh, sure. Yeah. It's silver. It's a silver piece. It tastes like silver.
Yeah,
Bends
it's not
like...
chocolate. Okay, that's good.
So if the trade happened, we would have seen a silver piece turn into a gold piece, as if no one would have noticed.
Yeah.
Would have been
It's
cool.
lucky coin.
McGinty will pocket it and he says, why don't you all make yourselves comfortable? I'll whip up some night frittatas.
Is that a butter tart?
So Harriet comes up from the back and she's like, "Oh, you're home finally. Where were you?"
I was showing these new friends of mine around the town, and we happened to stumble into a party with Amador's gang. You know how crazy they can be.
Alador Castros, the bandit.
Yes, you
Oh,
know.
my.
So we ended up pulling kind of an all-nighter, having a big party, and I'm so sorry, dear. I lost track of time. Terribly irresponsible of me.
Oh, well, that's okay, as long as you're all right. And hello, all of you. She looks around. She recognizes some of you from before, when you guys came through the shop before. Is there anything I can get started for you, honey?
No, you know what? You just relax. I'm gonna make some danishes
Okay.
with some huckleberries I found in the forest.
I could go for a croissant.
And if you're offering, I would love to do my ablutions in your bathroom.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Well, McGinty quickly goes, bathrooms for customers only, Anus. But if you were to purchase something, I would be happy to let you use my bathroom.
I can try to buy some. I guess I'm not hungry per se. Is there something?
No, it's.
I could like take with me, or
Wait, as long as you give me some gold in exchange, that sounds fine with me.
Jesus Christ.
okay.
The cheese buns will keep.
Great. I'll take a cheese bun then.
Yeah, here you are.
And sorry,
One-
your customer bathroom, does it contain a means for doing my ablutions?
I'm gonna roll to see if McGinty knows what ablutions are.
Yeah. What is
Roll,
ablutions? I don't know what they are.
It's to clean myself.
Oh.
He got this is just an intelligence check. He got a 12. I think I know what that means, but
You
go ahead.
You don't think it's anything sinister. How's that? Yeah.
It isn't-
I
it
can't
isn't-
be sure.
It isn't sinister.
It sounds, the way all of this is playing out makes it sound incredibly sinister.
You're,
Go ahead,
the,
customer.
you're the one who's gouging a new friend to use your bathroom.
Look, if I made an exception for you, I'd have to make an exception for everyone. Is all I'm saying. He pulls out a little key on a little key ring that looks like a tart, and he hands the key to you. Bathroom's just over there to the left.
How much is the cheese bun?
1 gold piece is fine.
Sounds about right. Okay, I'll be back after I do my ablutions.
Please stop saying that word.
Do you give Harriet the gift McGinty? Or
Yeah. I think I take her to the back, away from everybody, and I go.
Okay.
Honey, I really shouldn't have left you waiting last night, especially after I sort of was all paranoid the day before. You were probably quite worried about me, so.
I was, and she like looks at you and gives you a long hug and a big kiss.
When we got married, I promised to put all of this sort of disappearing behind me, and I was going to be more steady and more around, so.
Yes, I mean, Ernest, I've always known you've got a streak in you. I mean, even when you would go pick up supplies from the market, you were always ducking around corners and alleys and taking quick ways there. I never thought that. I didn't think it was really ever gone, but you have been out and about a lot lately. I do worry.
Yes, well, as you know, stuff's gone really, really bad in the town with the revolution and the whole clock tower thing, so it's possible things are going to be hairy for a while yet, but I got you this.
Oh, and she like looks at it and she's like taken aback. And she slides the sort of the ribbon off and pulls the top of the box off.
In retrospect, I should have looked inside before I gave it to you. I have no idea what's in there.
And opening it up, there's a it's like what looks to be like an army general's hat.
I know how much you love hats, dear.
She's like, wow. Well, that's very nice of you. Am I supposed to wear it or display it?
Up to you. It might belong to the general woman herself at one point.
Oh my. And she sort of like puts it on and looks at you with like a cheeky smile.
Oh, wow. Yes, at ease.
And she like laughs and whatnot. I guess McGinty, do you go?
Yeah, I'll join the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are sitting there. You're enjoying some evening frittatas. All of a sudden, you hear a shriek from the back, and it's Harriet. She's like screams.
I knew she didn't like the hat.
You can see you hear these crashes and bangs. Does anyone run to the back?
Oh, immediately.
Yeah.
100%. McGinty's back there in a flash.
Yeah, you run to the back, and there's a raven inside the shop. It's like batting around, so Harriet's trying to bat at it with a broom, and it tries to get away and evade her attacks, and eventually flies through the window that it broke through. And she just looks at you like, well, that was very strange. I'm not used to seeing things like that.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, thank you very much. And then you hear another loud bang out back. And suddenly, around the corner of the doorway to the back, a dark tentacle shoots out and wraps around Harriet's leg, grabbing her. And it begins pulling her sort of to the back area towards so like the way the shop is set up, we have the front of the shop, then I think the back is sort of like the bakery area, and then attached to that would be like sort of a hallway with the bathroom as well as like your own personal living quarters. Mm-hmm. And so this thing is trying to like pull her through towards the living quarters area. And you see this tentacle kind of like grabbing at her leg, and she's screaming, and she's like, help me. She's like grabbing on the corner of the walls and things like that.
We got a situation. Everyone grab your arms and come help me.
Give us a quick description of what's going down back there.
Big tentacle, grab my wife, monster, raven, Hitchcock, everything's happening.
You had me at Hitchcock.
It was like the last thing I said.
Well, that's when I was convinced.
Mouth full of croissant, Raven jumps up and heads towards the
Anus
back.
is still in the bathroom, I assume?
Just a note that Anus, is in the bathroom. He's currently using his newly acquired bar of soap, and he's singing, if you're dirty and you know it, wash your hands. If you're dirty and you know it, wash your hands. If you're dirty and you know it, and your hands will surely show it. If you're dirty and you know it, wash your hands. And at that moment, he overhears screaming and decides to come out.
Sure. So do you guys all help grab Harriet?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so you guys create like a human chain, maybe, let's say, or humanoid chain, I should say, and you grab Harriet. We're going to do an opposed strength check with whatever's grabbing her here. I'm going to let McGinty roll it because I assume he's at the front.
Yeah.
But because you have your friends with you, McGinty, I'm going to let you roll with advantage.
My strength is my worst score. This will be fun. Oh, I got a 2, but with advantage, I got a 9.
Well, there you go. This thing also rolled a 9, which is crazy. So we're going to roll off down the line to the next person. Who do you think is second in line?
Anus is probably last, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Anus is last.
And my hands are slippery. They're still a bit wet,
I
think it's probably Rael because she's probably the quickest out of everybody. So Rael,
Yeah, and I didn't ask questions. I just burst back.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking because Frank was busy quizzing him on what was going on. So, so yeah, go ahead and roll me an opposed strength check here.
21.
Oh my! Well, this thing got a 17, so I was pretty worried that second tug was gonna pull her. But 21, you guys yank Harriet out from the grasp of this tentacle, and the tentacle kind of like withers for a second, and like flutters around. What do you guys do? Do you run to the back to follow it?
I want to see what this tentacle's leading to.
As McGinty and the rest of you walk towards the back, you see the tentacles coming out of the window of your sort of living quarters in your bedroom area. Do you want to go out the window?
Should we maybe like try and split up? Like, should some people kind of like try to get outside
Are
and
we
other
in
people
initiative or no?
Not yet. No.
McGinty, do you have some kind of magical demon box in your living room?
Well, we got rid of it 2 years ago, so I don't know what this is.
This is
Harriet, grab the mace under the counter.
I think
Harriet
Anus
picks up a mace.
Anus is going to use divine sense to detect the type and location of a fiend or undead or celestial.
Sure.
So Anus's lips start buzzing together like he's doing a vocal warm-up, and he says, a big black bug bit a big oh, damn it, I can never get
Try
through
again,
it.
Anus.
A big black bug bit a big black bear, and the big black bear bled blood. And then he should, within 60 feet, be able to detect a creature like that, if there is one.
Sure.
Does Frank light up like a Christmas tree?
Frank is thrilled with what's going on. We have some black magic. We have some B words. to boot.
I meant, is Frank undead?
Oh, I see. You said celestial fiend or undead. You detect that there is a fiend present coming from just outside the window where that tentacle's hanging out of, or was hanging out of.
A word of warning, friends. There is a fiend just outside the window. We should be on our watch, but do what it takes to get justice.
Ugh. You know, if this is about the coupons, the expiration date is printed clearly on the back.
Harriet's like, I knew we shouldn't have scammed them.
It was not a scam. It's just a narrow window of opportunity to redeem. It's all above board.
Yeah, but how are you supposed to see it when it's gnome font?
Well,
McGinty.
Gnome's gotta eat pastries too.
Or should I say McSkimpy?
All right, let's go kick this customer out of my shop. McGinty's gonna jump through the window.
Is everybody jumping through the window?
Yes,
Is
I
there a
suppose I
doorway?
shall.
Yeah, is there another way? Like,
I mean, you
can
could go
somebody-
around the back of the house to this is like McGinty's shop kind of backs onto some woods.
Anus is gonna get out the window, but he's wearing a lot of heavy armor, so he takes a long time, and it's very awkward, and he needs a little push on the butt to get the last little bit out.
Sure.
Rael is gonna go around to try and get them at a different angle.
Okay, you're gonna go around the side of the house. So, I am gonna make this work out this way then. If all of you are coming through the house window except for Rael, clamber on through. Everybody roll initiative. Rael, you're going to get a surprise round. As you climb through the window and Rael, you go around the side of the house, you see out back something that looks almost like the ghast from before. But it's a little different now. It doesn't have that long prehensile tongue, and its limbs are much longer. At the end of each limb is a webbed hand or foot that has small teeth inside, and these limbs act as tentacles. It's not as vascular as the ghast either. And also, flying around its head is the raven, but as you guys come through the window, it transforms back into the imp from before that you guys fought previously that got away. And they look at each other. The choker goes, hello. And the imp goes, thought you missed me. and then realizes that doesn't make any sense. Everyone roll initiative.
I got a 9, Kevin.
A 4 for Frank.
12 for McGinty.
And 13 for Rael.
Frank is like giving a good butt tap to a noose, trying to get him through that window.
Just so everyone
then
knows
also
he's not
'cause-
healing me. He's helping me get through the window.
Just a little bit of motivation there.
And Frank's also like, he's not armored, but he's having a hard time getting through the window, and he kind of gestures at a noose to like kind of help him through as well.
Okay, so here's the deal. While you hit my butt really hard, and as I tumble through, you grab my leg, and then I will flip my leg extra fast, and so the momentum of your hit on my butt will translate to a kind of pulley system, simple machines, and then we'll both get through.
I'm on board. If you could toss in a bit of science in there, Frank is on that train, which is also science in this world.
What's a train?
Sorry, you want me to toss science in there?
Figuratively, of course. So,
Okay.
all right. I butt tap, you leg swing, and we pull ourselves perpetually through this window, huh?
And the rest is history. 3, 2, 1. Smack, swing. Whoop.
That's
we
your
did
action for the turn.
We're both. I get a second level of exhaustion.
Okay.
Kevin, does the eating the cheese bun help me with my exhaustion or no?
Not quite enough.
Okay.
No, I think you're still rolling with it. Now, McGinty, one fun thing about that lucky coin that you've got in your pocket gives you advantage on one roll per day. That's all.
Hell yeah. Okay, it gives me advantage once per long rest on
Yes.
one roll. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
On whoever's holding it, but it only works once per day. So you could technically give it to somebody else if you wanted to.
Yeah, sounds pretty good to me.
So, Rael, you've got a surprise round because our choker and our imp are looking at the other guys, which means you get to go first. What would you like to do?
So I think I'm going to focus solely on this nasty little imp.
Sure.
and try to take him out.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm gonna pull out my Dread Ambusher because I'm a level 3 ranger.
Ooh.
It's a new subclass called a Gloomstalker.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this allows me on my first turn to walk super speedy by an extra 10 feet for the whole turn, and I get an extra attack, which adds an extra 1d8 of damage.
Fun stuff. Okay,
Bam.
how are you hitting the imp? What are you using?
So I'm gonna use my short swords.
Okay, sure. So you're going to end up launching, I guess, your main attack, then an offhand attack, and then a third attack. Holy shit.
Yes.
All right, you might kill
Yeah,
this imp.
that's the plan. He's just stirring up too much shit, and I'm tired of it.
He's going to say other
Okay.
stuff that doesn't make sense as he dies, I'm sure.
Okay, so first hit, 23.
23 does hit. Absolutely
Okay.
hits.
So 10 damage.
Jesus Christ.
Second is 11 to hit.
11 does not hit. So you missed your
Damn it.
second. You can go for your third
Okay.
attack, though.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna miss too. That's an 8.
Yeah, that will also miss. So you hit him once, and you did a heavy blow, and the imp like freaks out, and he's like, "Ah, I enjoy nothing." And it's actually now the imp's turn. Now that we're at top of initiative order, the imp rolled the highest initiative, so he's gonna sting you, Rael. So let's see if he hits you. Well, he rolled a natural 1. So he just totally misses and says, "Hate is where you live," and stabs the air near you. Okay, next up is oh my god, it's fucking Rael's turn again.
Yeah. I'm like, what? And hit him with my sword again.
Did you miss me?
Roll
Somebody
your-
stop me.
roll your attack.
Okay. 13.
A 13 just hits. Roll your
Nice.
damage.
That would be 6 damages.
Okay, you kill this imp. How do you kill him?
So I pick him up by his throat and look at him straight in the eye and like I key point I and then I say, "This is what you get for not making sense," and then I slowly increase the intensity of my grip and just choke him to death. Yeah.
And he dies, and the choker looks at you and is like, "That's my thing." He's real sad.
Yeah, and I don't drop the imp. I still have him in my hand. I'm
Okay.
gonna hold on to him for a bit.
Good lord. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, Olmaginty, you're up.
Oh, beautiful. Just the choker left?
Yeah, I guess.
Choke on this. I'm gonna shoot my crossbow at him. And I took the subclass Assassin, so I get advantage on any attacks against creatures that haven't acted in combat yet. So I get advantage on this roll. So 15 to hit.
15 on the choker just hits, and I will
beautiful.
tell you that you are going to get your sneak attack damage because he's definitely busy looking at the fact that someone else is choking someone else.
Yeah, and I always get my sneak attack on that because any attack I do with advantage,
Oh,
I
right,
get sneak
of
attack
course.
on.
Never mind.
So it's a
then.
nice little combo.
Right.
6 plus 15 damage.
15 damage to
Yep.
the choker. He is hurt, mighty hurt. Anus, you're up, bud.
Okay, I think a noose is just gonna approach in such a way that he's close to any companions that might need defense. So I'll approach from the side that Rael is on, and I will simply attack the choker. 19.
A 19 does hit. Roll your damage.
9 damage.
9 damage. You destroy this choker. Tell me how you kill him.
I say, all creatures have the potential for good, except you. And then I take its own tentacles and wrap them around it like I'm tying a balloon animal.
Oh
And I
my
force it to
God.
choke itself out. See how you like it.
You guys kill these animals, these monsters. Harriet is looking through the window a bit like, holy shit. Like, she just saw Rael, like, choke the life out of this imp, and then Anus, like, wrap up this choker to death. You guys
So these are my new friends, honey.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you for saving me, by the way. And like looks at all of you and is like, that was quite a lot. You guys are out of initiative. As this battle is ending, from the choker's body, that's like wrapped up in this like disgusting ball, a puff of blue kind of smoke becomes what the body is. So it like turns into this like blue smoke. And then a pale face appears in the smoke. And Rael, you recognize this face immediately. It's Lolth.
Oh, you know this guy?
Son of a bitch. It's a lady, I'll have you know.
And the face looks at you and says, I'm impressed. Looks like you found yourself a new family. Convenient, since the old family you had seems to be missing.
Oh, what? No. Don't tell me you found Pilo and...
Who? Sorry?
A gummy?
What's that?
I mean, retract. No, I didn't say that.
What?
I want to redo that.
What are you talking about?
Shut up, imp. You're not making sense.
Actually, I looked up each of you. I have Pilo's address here if you'd like me to share it.
I throw the imp at Anus.
and the face looks at you and says, I have eyes everywhere, Rael. You best stick close to your new friends. Next time you may not be so lucky. And the smoke disappears into the air.
Yeah, and as it's dissipating, I tried to cut it with my short sword to no avail,
of course.
Obviously.
Yeah, great. All right.
As she's doing that, Frank's gonna roll up his sleeves and go, all right, folks, I'm ready for the fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring it on. Where are
Just
we?
got out the window.
Frank is now dangling on the windowsill in Anus's place.
Frank was looking for the spice merchant's house and which one was his. As this ends, all of a sudden you guys hear some rustling in the bushes. Out of the bushes, you guys see Alador. He comes through. He's like, I thought I heard some noise back here. You must come with me immediately. I need you guys to come with right now, please.
I swear to God, if you lost your locket again.
It's not quite that menial. And he runs to the main street.
Is this like a guessing game? Do we get hints or?
He's already running towards the hideout. Are you guys gonna follow him?
Honey, might be another late one. Sorry.
Okay. She like puts the hat on.
Looks really good on you.
Thank you. And starts cleaning up around the shop.
I suppose we better find out what he's doing.
Okay.
So Frank's gonna try to run a little further ahead of them to like make up for not doing anything in the fight.
But you get winded like immediately and fall to the back.
So as
before I run, I want to grab the imp again, or make Anus grab the imp for me. Anus, grab that imp, please.
You guys are carrying this dead imp. All right. So
there's a meaning to my madness. Just wait for it.
All right. As you guys run through the streets, Alador's like, everybody has left. They were all, we partied hard. Everything was good. And then all of a sudden, they all disappeared. I don't know. I went out to get something to eat, to recover. And I came back to the hideout and they were all gone. I don't know. But what I saw, what was left when I got back, well, everybody ran and I think I understand why. And, you guys make it to the hideout. As you get to the hideout, the door's there. Alador pushes it open, but he turns away. He can't look inside. As you look in, you see to the left of the room, you see one of the bandits is there, but he is ripped in half. His innards are spread out in a messy, disgusting spiral. And in his face, you can see this look of deep pain etched across it. To the right, you see the bandit Anus who traded his scimitar for your longsword. His lower limbs have been severed in tons of different disgusting ways. The longsword is crushed against his body. And in the center of the room, in what looks like Alador's seat, is Sputton. and he's sitting in like a confident position, as though his dwarfish stature is sort of like taking up the chair somehow. It seems almost mismatched. But as you look closely, you'll realize that his entire body's been flayed.
Spuds.
Oh.
All of these bodies have their heads shaved. Alador vomits. And he's like, all we found was this. He shows you on the other side of the door is written in blood the following. I may give many names, but none of them are mine. I've many memories, and yet I have no mind.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't use that longsword.
Yes, I fear that it could have been us, crushed and flayed and murdered.
Oh.
So was that always your long sword, or was that something that you got from...
This is what's important.
I mean, look, if you're
Was
asking,
it something
I
that you
mean,
picked up from the
I have
lair?
time.
I can't remember.
I have time. Not always. I got it about once I reached adulthood. I started training with it. I picked it up
Alador's
from a
like
smithy, actually, and
looking around like,
and
It's a coping mechanism. It's a coping mechanism, Alador.
Oh, right.
yes, and a little joke I used to have was if someone was sad, I would give it to them and say, "Why the long sword?" We'd have a laugh. Anyway.
Oh.
Frank's gonna move up to Spuddy and try to investigate,
Sure. Roll an investigation check.
hoping that his knowledge of life and death maybe gives some clues. An 8, so he's not as smart as he thinks he is.
No, he's not. That guy has been flayed. That much is certain. You can see that there's a lot of blood and gore, and it is fucking gross in here.
Folks, I don't know how to tell you this, but he doesn't have his skin anymore.
Oh.
Thank you, Frank.
What could have...
Observation. Yeah.
I thought it had simply changed color, but it seems to be gone.
What kind of creature could have done such a thing?
Yes, I have to say, I wanted to tell you guys when it was a good moment that I had chosen a path of non-violence and redemption, and that I've committed to the belief that everyone is capable of good. But seeing this scene, it is testing my newfound faith, I must say. This seems to go against some of the beliefs that I just developed about, the inherent purity and all.
Suddenly, as you guys are talking, a huge crash comes from underneath the ground where the fighting pit was. And you see, breaking through the floorboards, is the corpse of this reanimated ogre, Capo. He breaks through and smacks Alador with huge force as he breaks through, knocking him against the room into some crates. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh.
Anus got a 6.
I'm going to use my lucky coin. I rolled a natural 1. I'm going to re-roll this. Anus, is this the guy who knocked you out last night?
No, that guy was alive.
17.
14.
15.
All right. This huge ogre has just smoked Alador across the room. It doesn't look like he's going to be very much help to you guys. And in its hands, you can see it's holding some sort of like large piece of wood. It like roars at you. McGinty, what do you do?
I'm going to duck for cover behind the seat, Amador's chair. And I'm going to fire off my crossbow with advantage, because it hasn't acted yet.
Sure. Go nuts.
That is a 22 to hit.
22 does hit.
Beautiful. Oh, Max DiMaggio. 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. All right.
Holy hell.
And I'm going to try to use a bonus action to hide.
Sure.
22.
Yeah, you make it.
I jump under, there's a bunch of like playing cards from a poker game, and I just dive into a pile of these playing cards.
It's only 52
I
of them.
couldn't think of anything
Not
good.
That many. All right, the ogre roars, doesn't know where you went. Next up is Frank.
Frank's kind of like looking this ogre up and down. He's reanimated.
He sure is, yeah.
Frank's just gonna do some perception and see if he can kind of feel out the reanimation style with a 12.
With a 12, and what are you trying to figure out? You just rolled your own perception check without explaining to me what you want to figure out the reanimation style. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, is there a style? Like, is there a signature?
It's not street style. It's goofy
like
style.
there's like quick and dirty, or like.
Did it take its time? It's a zombie, if that makes sense. Does that help you?
Oh yeah. Frank's gonna go into detail about the
You're
art
fucking
of reanimation after
disappointed?
this.
Jesus, goddamn Christ!
Every reanimator leaves their own touch to it. You know, it's like
Right.
art, if you will.
Right. I'll say this: Capo used to have a long head of hair. He is bald now.
Dude, that's a
Shit.
detail. That's a
Yeah.
good detail.
Didn't have
Frank's-
to roll a perception check for that. I told you.
Frank turns around to Anusa. He's like, "All right, big boy, ready to get a little bigger?"
I don't know what to say.
Frank pulls out some cinnamon and just kind of blows it onto a noose. And as he mutters some magical words, the cinnamon makes you grow a noose. You are one size larger, and everything grows with you. So your sword, your shield are bigger.
Yes.
You are now a large creature.
My heart has grown 3 sizes.
And you also do extra 1d4 damage. You have just been enlarged for
Thank
a
you.
whole minute.
Wow.
Well, this is like a refight of the fighting pit with a big Anus and a big zombie ogre now.
Yes.
All right.
And also, Frank's gonna hide behind this new tower he's created.
Sure, you're hiding behind Anus. That makes sense. Rael, you're up.
I think I'm gonna kind of do the same as McGinty and get out of reach of the ogre. So I'm gonna kind of go jump towards the sides and then use my longbow to shoot him. Yikes. Okay, only 12.
Only a 12. A 12
Yeah.
does hit.
Woo,
This guy's
nice.
big
Okay.
and he's not wearing a lot of armor. He's a zombie. So a 12 is gonna hit. Yeah. Roll your damage.
Okay. 8.
An 8. Okay, 8 damage. And because you're a Gloomstalker, I think you get a second attack. So go ahead and make that attack.
That's only a 10.
It does hit.
Nice. Okay. Sorry, that was loud. Nice. Nice. 11 each, so it would be a total of 22
Oh
damage.
my god. Another 22 on top of the 8. So you just did 30 damage in one turn.
Yes.
Holy fuck.
Yep.
Okay, so finally this ogre who's already taken a shit ton of damage is ready to fucking fight back. Now, I think he's probably going to go for a noose because you just made him a nice big target, and he is an angry boy who has a bit of a grudge. In the back of his very destroyed zombie brain, he remembers fighting a noose in the fighting pit.
Yes,
and
but
wants
you
to
should
beat the shit
remember
out of
that I am the one who was defeated, not you.
and he stomps towards you and swings at you with this massive piece of lumber that he's got in his hand that's sort of acting as a morning star. But yeah, let's see if he hits you. Does a 24 hit?
It sure does.
12 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch. The pain
Boom,
gets
he
bigger
hits.
as well.
He roars. He roars at you and delivers that damage. It's up to you, Anus.
Oh, great. Well, it's time to pick on someone your own size, and I swing my, I assume, still normal-sized sword at him.
Your
Nope,
sword
it-
also
it-
grows.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Well, I got a natural 1.
Jesus.
You're not used to your new size, so you overreach
Yeah.
drastically.
Yeah. Anus whiffs it. He overreaches. McGinty, you're up.
My apologies. That one's on me.
Okay, let's KO this guy. I'm just gonna shoot him again. 20 to hit.
20 does hit.
And sneak attack, because I think a noose is engaged in combat with him.
Yep.
17 points of damage.
Jesus, 17 points. You guys are fucking strong as hell now.
Yeah, we
What
were getting
happened?
our asses kicked until now.
I missed last episode.
You
I
like
missed-
on a whim decided to level us up before this session.
I made a mistake. Next up, Frank, go ahead.
Oh, Frank is, oof. Frank's gonna summon up a bit of a chill touch and get the skeletal hand to pop out of the ground and, like, swipe at the inner thigh of this guy.
You're trying to claw his inner thigh?
Yeah, it's probably a big target.
I mean, yeah, the whole thing's a big target. Go ahead and roll your... What do you do? Is it an attack roll? Yeah?
Yep, it's an attack roll.
All right.
Boom, boom, boom. 22.
That does hit. He's got a big thigh.
What is
Yep.
with Frank always going for the like erogenous zone?
Well, I guess because he pulls the hand out from the ground, right? So he thinks
Like,
he's
it
gonna go
makes
for the
sense.
crotch. Is that the thing?
Yeah, like,
Every enemy has an Achilles thigh.
and Frank is gonna do a total of 8 damage, which he's proud of, despite it being barely half of anyone else's damage.
Rael, you're up.
All right. Well, with a newfound confidence, I think she's gonna try venturing a little bit closer to the ogre, and especially since that whopping 8 points of damage that Frank induced onto him, she's gonna use her short swords on there, and that would be 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
Awesome. So first short sword, that is 11 damage. And that's 6 damage.
All right. It's finally the ogre's turn again. He is looking mighty hurt. He's letting out some, like, sad groans now. He's like, but because Rael's right there, I think he's going to swat at her because she just tried to hit him. Or did
Oh,
hit him.
that breath. Oh, my God.
Yeah, and he has stanky breath because he's been partying all night and then got turned into a zombie. So,
Yeah.
you know how it goes. So he's going to swing at you, see if he hits you with his big thing. Does a 15 hit?
Swing and a miss.
Oh, he swings. He's sad. He misses. His thigh is hurting too much. Go ahead, a noose.
Okay, I am going to attempt to hit him for the first time ever. We've fought like 3 times now. I just want to land one hit, so I will swing my scimitar again.
Sure. Roll your attack.
I got a natural 20 that time. I will do 10 points of slashing damage, but I'm also going to use Divine Smite, which does additional damage to undead creatures.
Oh, shit.
I roll for that.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
And don't forget, you also get 2d4 because of your size and crit.
Oh, wow. Okay, so to the 10 damage, we are adding 18, so 28 plus 2d4 is 1 and 4, so 33 damage in total.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. All
Where
right.
was that last night?
All right, Anus. Let me know. So here's the thing about ogre zombies is that they have a feature in them called Undead Fortitude, which means that if they're killed, they can make a con saving throw with a DC of 5 plus the damage taken, unless the damage is radiant or from a critical hit. And so you have in fact done everything you need to in that one play to fuck this guy up. Tell me how you kill Capo, the ogre zombie.
So I believe I kill him normally and he falls to the ground, and then I can sense, his zombie powers are still there, so he starts to rise up, so I quickly dig a grave and bury him there. Then I stab the grave and I spread some holy water all over the grave, and then I dig him up one more time just to punch him a few more times in the face, then rebury him in the grave and say, that ought to take care of it.
and he is dead. You guys are out of initiative. Do you guys investigate the area still? Are you satisfied?
Let's. If there's anything else to find, we're gonna scour.
I
the
would like
streets.
to pay a brief tribute to our friend who perished in such a horrible way. Now that we're out of combat, I think we can all remember Sputal. And
You just killed him.
No, I mean...
you mean that guy?
I mean
I thought you meant the ogre.
No, our faithful dwarf who was flayed alive,
Fuzzy.
Sputal. He was a good dwarf, and we all remember him fondly, and his name, Sputal, will live on forever in the firmaments. So do not visit a town without repeating the name Sputal, and talk of the dwarf whose skin could ravish a countryside.
McGinty raises his flask to Sportle.
Sputton's head falls over on the side, his mouth gags open while this is all happening. Everybody give me an investigation check.
Frank's gonna try to do an Arcana check on this guy. See if he can trace the origins of reanimation.
Anus got a 10 for investigation.
The thing you gotta know about DMing Luke, Kevin, is that he regularly just makes up his own checks and then rolls them before you can say anything.
Yeah, but I don't even know, I don't even know what the check,
The other thing you want to know about Luke is he's a fundamentally hostile person.
So I got a 10 as well.
McGinty got an 18.
McGinty,
for,
18.
Investigation.
And Luke, what did you get on your Arcana check?
I got an 8.
That's classic.
Good. Okay, so, McGinty, you guys are all looking around at these corpses, this scene. I'll say this, with the 10 investigation checks that Anus and Rael did, you guys noticed that there is some wet dirt tracked in through the floor here. And it looks like water that's wet soil. So it looks like some land near water has been tracked in. And McGinty, with your 18, you'll notice that in the fighting pit that this zombie ogre burst through, there's actually something written in blood as well down there. And when you look down there, you see this. I am a place where people lie. A place where people come to cry. A place where people come to weep. A place where people come to sleep. And that is where we will end our session today.
Ooh.
Woo!
Good thing I bought that blanket.
Looks like we're going to the sad hotel, everyone.
Thank you so much for tuning in, folks. Once again, we are What We Do in the Basement. I want to just reiterate that we love it. If you guys would please hit that 5-star review on iTunes, that helps us a ton. Tell your friends about the podcast. If you enjoy it, they probably will too. And, as always, I've been your DM and host, Kevin Rambaran. I was here with Thomas Tolles.
Hello, I am Anus Dweezil.
I'm saying goodbye. We're saying goodbye.
Oh no!
Sorry,
it's happening again.
Are we not just starting? It's 4 p.m. The sun just came up.
Yeah, I wasn't recording. We're recording now, right?
Okay, and go. That was all just our rehearsal, I thought.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say goodbye. From Anus Dweezil, my heart to yours.
I was here with Luke Cecilon.
Frank bids you farewell on the scent of the wind.
I was here with Jesse Bergen.
Take it easy.
And I was here with Natasha Durant.
Rael Nilo, farewell, my little dust bunnies.
Oh. Thomas, you got a quote for us?
I do. This one is by Patrick DeWitt. And it goes like this. One night, after hours, you are alone and running your hands under the hot water when the voice asks if you aren't through with your ablutions yet. You do not know the word, but write it down to look it up the next day. You learn its definition on page 3 of Merriam-Webster's Collegiate Dictionary. Quote, the washing of one's body or part of it as in a religious rite, end quote. You are certain you have never heard this word before, as you were raised without any religion, and have never set foot inside any church or temple, and you return the dictionary to the shelf and vow never to play this game of counting your wounds again.
We'll see you next time in the basement.
Ablutions.